everyone, Renee here. Today I am bringing you some critter cards, and these are using a Hostess stamp set. And what did I do with it? There it is. It is called Got Snow. I am hoping, since we live in Knoxville now, that the snow is over and I will not see any more snow. We've only had a couple days of snow, and it wasn't much really compared to Colorado where we used to live, but I'm over it, you know? But anyway, these bears and these penguins were so cute. I wanted to go ahead and make some critter cards, and they work out really great because a YouTuber that I absolutely enjoy, her name is Mary, and I may just butcher her last name, please. I'm so sorry if she sees this video, Polanco. And she is doing a card drive. And the card drive is for children's hospitals. They're going to start in Seattle, Washington, and then Philadelphia. And the messages need to be just general uplifting messages, nothing like get well, feel better, anything, you know, medical related, and some uplifting messages. And I thought some of these were really cute. There's Snow One Like You, Warm Wishes, Winter Hello, Just Chillin'. I thought these were kind of cool. So I have 3 cards. I've already done most of my stamping and coloring, and I just wanted to show you some of the other supplies I used. I used some circle dies. These cards are actually based on some cards that are in the Close to My Heart catalog, the current catalog, page 4, and they look very similar, but I didn't have the exact paper for all of them. And I also didn't have all the dies they use. So I'm just using regular circle dies instead of stitch circle dies. The stitch circle dies are on my list, that is for sure. And then this set is so cool. It is called Fancy Tags, I think. I'll have a link below. But this is the one that I used today, and you'll see that in just a minute. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started putting the cards together. I'll also link down below one of Mary's videos where she talks about the card drive, and it has the information if you wanted to get involved. So the first one that I'm going to do is this cute little penguin. Isn't he adorable? He's making snow angels. I just thought that was so cute. And that is using the Fancy Tag die. And this is some paper that was left over from a previous video that I did for you with the Something Fierce, and then just some black cardstock. So I'm going to move this out of the way. That was just there so you could actually see the, what you call it, what were you looking at? The stamp set. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, so I am going to use my Misty for stamping today because I don't want to mess up. I'm also using Archival Black ink. That's a solvent-based ink, so it should be good and should not smear or do anything funky. So I am going to go ahead, set this down, and I'm going to put our sentiment up here on the top. And I think for this one, I think Snow Fun might be kind of fun to use. We'll use that one. And these are new stamps, so I'm getting them all ready so that they can give us a good impression. I'm going to do it sort of like at a side angle and far enough down because I'm going to put a piece of ribbon in that, that hole there. So I'm going to put that there, take this guy away because I don't need him, and I'm going to put another one here just to keep this still in case I have to double stamp. If this were a corner, be no problem, you just set it back up the way it goes. But when it's a circle like that, it's kind of impossible to get it back right where you think it's supposed to be back. And I am so sorry for the glare from my lights. I did get some new lights, and I'm still not sure if they are the perfect solution. So we shall see as time goes on what I think of them. Okay, so that looks pretty good. We'll go ahead and put that down. And looks great. Okay, now the one thing about Archival Black solvent-based inks is they will stain your stamps, but it's not, it doesn't harm them. But I would recommend that you scrub it really good as soon as you're done. And of course I forgot to get a baby wipe like I tell you to always have ready. You know, it's that mom thing. Even though my son is 28, he's 29 this year, I still do the, you know, do as I say, not as I do thing, you know. So we'll clean that up a little bit And get rid of this. Put it back on the sheet so you don't lose it, because I'm famous for that, and stamps all over my desk and then I can't find them. Okay, so we're going to start building the stamp. We have that little guy. Now I'm not going to add, we can't add any sequins or glitter or anything like that. So I'm going to try to, you know, restrain myself and keep it within the rules. So, and you'll recognize this paper if you saw the Something Fierce page layouts. And I'm using the other side. I thought it gave it a really nice, almost like a snowy, you know, kind of a feel. So we will, oh, let's see. Oh, and so I don't forget to tell you, you have to have your cards to Mary by February 27th. So it is coming up pretty quick. So if you wanted to take part in the card drive, just make sure you get those to her pretty quickly. Okay, so we're going to put that there, and it's going to kind of be like that. I'm going to put him on there, and I think maybe we should stamp some little snowflakes. I think there are snowflakes. There are. Oh, I like these 3 little dots. I'm going to do the 3 little dots that look like little teeny tiny snows. We'll put that on a little stamp pad. And we will get our ink. And let's just do, you know, since we can't do any sequins or anything, we'll do some other fun little additions. And there's 3. Let's have one that's kind of underneath him. That'll look nice. And then one up here. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, we need one more because, you know, we got to do it in odd numbers. Oh, that one's like completely covered up by him. Okay, well that gives us 5. Oh, we're good. We're good. Okay, so I'm just cleaning off my, in case you hear weird noise, I'm just cleaning off my little stamp here. And we'll put the lid on the ink so we don't put our arm in it. Yeah, like anybody's never done that. And I keep special scissors for cutting ribbon because if you use the same scissors for ribbon and for paper, the ribbon won't cut very well. So, you know, I'm just using this, and I'm gonna do the impossible and try to tie a bow while you're watching me. You know, it's one of those things where you can do it if no one's watching you, but then as soon as someone starts to watch you, everything goes awry. So we'll see how it turns out. Get ourselves a little bow to go on the top there. And it's not turning out half bad. Well, there you go. I guess Murphy has got the day off today. So, and we'll cut some little angles and little angles. And there's our little bow that'll go right there to cover up that little hole. So I think we can start putting stuff down. So I'll start with this piece, and I'm going to put a good amount of adhesive on there, just so nothing falls off. And we'll center this in the center of the card. This is kind of a simple card, but I think it really looks cute. And if, you know, you were making this and it didn't have to go somewhere where no glitter or any sort of, you know, sequins or any of that extra stuff, this would be really cute to kind of glitter up with your glitter pen, and maybe make the background kind of glittery. You could even put some sequins all over the back to kind of look like snow. That would be really cute too. Okay, well, we're going to use a really good adhesive. This is my favorite liquid adhesive. And we will put that bow down and make sure it stays. Get ourselves a card base. Thinking maybe I should have put this down on the card base before I put the bow on it, but you know what? We're gonna make it work. We are gonna make it work. And I just love these penguins. They are just so adorable. Now, being a person who doesn't really like snow all that much, I definitely would not be in the making snow angels arena there. I wouldn't be joining in that activity. But I think it's awful cute to look at. So there you go. And I just colored this little guy up. I forgot to tell you that. I just colored this little guy up with colored pencils. Use any color pencils you have. The teal is actually the same color, just a really light hand on the top part and really heavy on the brim. It makes it look like you have two colors. So there's the first card. Okay, second card, here we go, is this cute little bear. I love him. Again, I colored him up with colored pencils. The black piece I just put through my embossing folder. I don't know if you'll be able to see that. And then this was paper left over from, I think, the Something Fierce, or it may have been So Much Happy. Is it called So Much Happy? Maybe. It's from one of those two. And so it was just an extra piece I had. Here's another piece from Something Fierce that I just cut, and we'll put that down here at the bottom of that. So I think first what we'll do is we'll put our hearts onto this black background. Oh, and I forgot to tell you measurements. Look at how I am. I'm getting ahead of myself. In case you want to make these cards, let me put this down while it's got adhesive on it. We'll come back to this one. I'll give you some measurements. So the card is just a standard A2 size card. The die cut is the die size. If you're making it on your Cricut, or you want to create it with some other kind of dies, this particular one measures just under 3 inches, just under. And then the little penguin, I just fussy cut him out myself. And then let's see, the blue layer is, you know, I probably should have done this ahead of time, huh? Would have saved us some time and you wouldn't have to watch me get all fumbly. But what's the fun in that? So it's 5 inches tall and it is 3 3/4 wide. And so that would make this 5 1/4 by 4, the black mat, and then on an A2 size card. And then this is just some ribbon that was left over from one of the kits. It's just the white ribbon. This is the one I showed you earlier that you could use your alcohol markers and color it any color you want. So works good with this. It would have been really cool to do that in a teal or maybe a blue to pick up this color in the background too. That would have been fun. Okay, so this one is, the white piece is 3 3/4 by 5, so that would make the black part 5 1/4 by 4. And then we've got this little piece, and I kind of just messed with this. It's 3 inches wide, and I left it 3 3/4 inch long. But we might cover some of that up with this. This is 3 inches wide as well, and it's 1 inch wide. It was a piece of scrap, so it's actually just a skosh under 1 inch, but again, it's just scraps. Use what you have, see how it turns out. It's, you know, it's just paper, and these are going to be for some kids that I just know they will love whatever you do for them. It's, you know, it doesn't have to be perfect. And another thing, when you have something that's embossed, use a little bit extra of the adhesive, because it doesn't have quite as much area for it to hang on to. So we're going to do it about right there. And then I think what we'll do is we'll use this to make it the same at the bottom. There'll be some overlap, but it's no big deal, because I think we'll put some ribbon on that. Okay. So we will do this, because my little fingers sometimes are too fat, too much. Okay, so let's do it like that so we can see a little bit of the hearts. And we'll put that guy down there. Okay, so yeah, I think we'll throw some ribbon where these two come together. Yeah, I think that'll be fun. So we're gonna use our, I love this tape, Sookwang. This is just a heavy-duty double-sided tape. You can find double-sided tape everywhere. I just got this on Amazon. I think Be Creative Tape uses this same brand, and oh, I probably shouldn't have used these scissors to cut that tape. Put your ribbon scissors away, folks. Don't use it for anything but ribbon. Again, what did I say? Do as I say, not as I do. It's something else, I'll tell you what. Okay, so let's pick this up. get this backing tape off of here. If you can't get your backing tape off, burnish your tape down a little more and it'll be a lot easier. Okay, so we'll put that down on there. And I keep my fingers today are just not functioning. And just wrap that around you. I've left a little bit of the score tape or heavy duty tape that you want to call. I left a little bit hanging over the edge just for that reason, to hold it back. Okay, so now let's go ahead and start putting everything together. So I think we'll put that up there. So we'll put, and again, this is going to be on top of embossed paper, so put a little extra adhesive on there. And I'll use my little thing so I can make sure that I get it centered. Push it down really good. Now be careful when you're pushing down. If you've embossed your paper, if you push too hard, you'll get rid of your embossing, but it's okay if it's underneath, it's not, you can't see it. So, okay. We'll go ahead and glue our little bear down. And this might be cute, popped up on foam adhesive. I'm just not sure how fat we can make the cards. So I'm gonna play it safe and do everything, you know, fairly flat. I mean, the ribbon obviously adds a little bit of dimension, but we'll try to keep it not crazy. Okay, and then we're going to do, I thought maybe we'd do a sentiment, and following the one that was in the book, they had a sentiment and then they had a little snowflake, and I thought that was really cute. So we're gonna do that as well. So I think for this one, is there, oh, that'll fit. We'll do There's Snow Unlike You. And again, I need my stamp positioner guy. And we'll put, now this one we're gonna have to try to get it right the first time because there's not gonna be room. I'm just getting my stamp ready. There's not gonna be room to put a, let's see, put a magnet on this to hold it still. So we are going to, these stamps are so sticky, which is great because it makes sure that they stay on your block or your stamp positioner or whatever you're using. But it does make it hard to get off your fingers. Okay, so let's hope we get this right. If we don't, you know what? It's just paper. I can cut another circle. I might even have an extra circle in my little bucket of circles. Because whenever I get my die cutting machine out and I'm cutting stuff, I cut extras and I just keep them in little ramekins around my craft room, and then I have them. Okay, so I'm gonna make sure that's down in the corner, and we will get that stamped. There's Snow Unlike You. Oh yay, it turned out perfect. Set that to the side. Clean our stamp. I think I still have some cleaner on my clean. Yep, I do. This is probably one of the best cleaners I've ever used. It's, I know it's by close to my heart, which, you know, makes you think, well, she's just trying to sell it. But no, this is one of the best ones I've ever used. I've tried several other ones, and I really like this one. I like the way it smells, too. It smells really nice. I don't know about you, but, you know, sometimes the stuff we're working with, like some of these inks, they can have a really weird smell. So it's always nice to have a good smell going on. Okay, so we got that, we've got that. Let's do our little, let's flip this guy over, give ourselves a cushion. And I think we'll do, let's see, which snowflake? That one looks good. Oh, I like that one. We're gonna do that one. Do this snowflake. This set is so cute. Even has a little, I don't know if you can see it, it has a little snow globe. I just love that. So I'm going to tell on myself, and you're going to see how really seriously geeky I am, because, you know, not only do I love doing cards and scrapbooking and all kinds of paper crafting, and quilting and sewing and yarn and just, I mean, yeah, I just can't stop. But I also play Elder Scrolls Online. I know, what a surprise. I'm probably one of the few crafters, I think, that is addicted to video games. I just don't have enough hours in the day. But the reason I bring it up is In a recent, excuse my head if I'm in the frame, in a recent event, you were able to buy a house for your game that was a snow globe. I absolutely love this house. It is so cute. I just absolutely love it. And what's really fun, and I didn't realize it when I got it at the time, but when you go to your house, if you enter your house through a certain area in the game, it actually shrinks you down and puts you in your house. It's just so cool. I remember when I was a little girl, we would go to Disneyland, and there was a ride that, I can't even remember the name of the ride, but they shrunk you down. And you went inside a human body, and you went through all the cells, and I was absolutely positively certain that they really did shrink me. I was also absolutely positively certain that when they brought me back to size, they didn't bring me to the right size and that I was smaller. And I would just tell my mom, "Mom, my shoes are too big because they didn't bring me back the right size. Look what happened. Oh my gosh." I'm sure my mother was just cracking up. But she always encouraged my imagination, and she would listen to everything I had to say. And it's just, I think back on that and just crack up laughing, because I was so dramatic. What a surprise. So, well, this card is almost done. And again, this would be a really cute card if you were to add, some sequins or put some, maybe glitter up the snowflake. Another idea is our cardstock has a white core. So what you could do is, after you emboss this, you could sand it a little bit and have the white come out, and that would look kind of like snow. Too bad I didn't think about that before I put this together. So, and this one's not sticking quite so good. So we're gonna don't use much of this, because otherwise your cards are going to buckle, because you do not want to use a lot of liquid glue when you're doing this piece. Okay, so we'll put that down, and I'm going to put this off. Let's see, actually, you know what? It's almost done. We will go ahead and put this on a card base. I'll hold that for just a moment. Go ahead and put this card on a card base. Now, what do you all think about this kind of a video where I talk and I tell you what I'm doing, and I tell you stupid stories about, how geeky I am, or things I did as a kid and my out of control imagination? Or do you prefer the, I lost my card bases. Oh, there they are. It looks so clean right here, but oh my gosh, it's not. You should see the rest of my room. It is a disaster. So we'll go ahead, put this down. Oh, that turned out so cute. Some little kid is going to absolutely, absolutely love this card. Oh, so cute. Okay, and we got one more card. Anyway, what I was saying was, do you like these kind of videos, or would you prefer that I just do process videos, or do you like them both? Because some things lend themselves better to process videos, because sometimes the layouts and other stuff that I'm doing take a really long time, because I am so incredibly slow. I'm such a slow crafter. So just let me know down in the comments. I'd be curious to know what you think. So what I'm doing here is, I wanted it to be like a moonlit night, and they're out sledding. And again, something I would never do, because it involves getting cold and wet at the same time. But you know what? The critters are really cute doing it, so we're gonna let them do it. So what this is supposed to be is the moon off in the corner. And again, I took this idea from the catalog, the idea book. So this isn't completely my idea. I made a little snowy border. I know there are some dies you can buy that make, these kind of borders. I just cut it with my scissors. And actually when I cut it, it left me this other piece. So I ended up with 2 out of 1 piece of paper. So I saved the other one. It's in my little ramekin over there. So we'll just lay this down. And I've seen some really cute ideas doing these kind of hills, you know, with grass, and then you tuck little critters behind them, and you tuck little flowers. And one of these days I'm going to do one of those. So, okay, I left it a little bit long just so I could make sure it was the right size. So we'll cut that off. And then we're going to put our 2 little critters on here, but I think we'll put our sentiment right here. So I actually probably should have put my sentiment on before I glued it down, but I got too excited. So we'll put him there and him there. Now, him I colored with my Copics, or actually my Shin Hand markers I used on him, so my alcohol markers. And then I realized I used the wrong ink for that kind of coloring, and I should have used this ink, but instead I used another black ink that was a dye base. And when I used my Copics on another one, I was coloring his boots and it bled everywhere. And I was like, oh my gosh, I used the wrong. So this guy's done in pencil, this guy's done in alcohol markers, but I think it's okay to mix your mediums. You know, if somebody wants to turn me into, you know, the marker police, go right ahead. So should we do that one? I think that's too big for what we got going on here. So maybe we should do Just Chillin'. Just Chillin' will be cute. We'll do that one. And let's see if I have a block that's the right size. I do, yay. I love these blocks. They have a line etched. I don't know if you can see it, but they have a line etched, and so you can get your stamps straight with that line. So we will hope that I get this stamped right the first time, because if not, we're gonna start over. But you know what? I have another hill right here. I can easily fix this. So we are going to do this and make sure that everything looks good. Then we're gonna put it down here in the corner. That turned out great, yay. I'm so happy. Okay, so again, we're using this archival black, which is solvent-based ink, so we want to clean it up. But again, it is going to stain your stamps, but do not worry about it. It will not do anything bad to your stamps. And actually, stamps that stain, actually, that's a sign that you have a good quality stamp. So when you're using your stamps, I keep forgetting to put this lid on, and I keep doing it wrong. Does anybody else have that problem? There you go. Oh, my husband has this sign in the office that says Hilldale School of the Gifted or something like that, and it's the sign on the door says pull, and the guy walking in is pushing, and that is so me. I am that person. I will look and see exactly what it says and do the exact opposite. I don't know why I do these things. It's kind of crazy. So we're going to matte this one. We're going to double matte it onto this white. And I saw this done in our catalog, and I thought it looked so nice. I would have never thought to matte something that had white on it on white before I put it on a darker color. But it really makes it stand out, and I was really impressed with how it looked. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to give it a try. Because again, you know what, guys? This is just paper. You can do anything you want. And I look like I'm a little crooked, but I'm not sure. I'll go ahead and finish it, and then if it's crooked, I'll fix it later. So I'm going to get my card base. We're going to put our critters on. So we'll put our critters. Like he's sledding, and I think he's going to be kind of sideways because he's trying to get out of the way of the bear, because the bear's going to run him over. Because, you know, sledding bears are like that. And you can see here that the marker soaked through to the back. You can also see that I had misstamped on the other side, and so I just flipped it over and used it again because it didn't bleed. If the ink didn't bleed through when you were stamping, feel free to flip it over and reuse. But the alcohol markers will go through your paper. That is something that they do. There's nothing wrong with your markers. It's doing exactly what it's supposed to do. So we'll glue him down. We'll glue the little penguin down. And again, we're going to do him kind of at an angle because he's trying to get out of the way of the crazy bear. How many of you have seen Christopher Robin? We saw it, we got it on our Netflix DVD, and we saw it a few weeks ago, and it was so sweet. I just loved it, and I always think about Pooh. He's a bear of little brain, but he's a bear of big heart. He would never run over his penguin friend. Well, not on purpose anyway. Okay, so this card opens from the bottom, so we gotta make sure we get it on there right. And this size is a little bit different than what I normally do, so I'm gonna center it and leave some extra white space on each side. And that was part of the design. And I am a little bit crooked, so offline I will go ahead and straighten that out, which is pretty easy to do because I'm using the ATG, and you can slip up under it and pull it up. So that's today's cards. We have these 3. Let me know down below which one you like the best. I'm kind of torn between this one and this one. I might like this one better once I straighten it because it is crooked and that looks ridiculous. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my babbling, and I hope you have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.